everybody, Crafting Journey here, that Journey Chick on Instagram. How are you today? I had a great weekend. I hope you did too. Happy Columbus Day. It's a federal holiday for a person that in 1492 sailed the ocean blue. It was the last of his 4 trips, and he discovered what we think was the Bahamas. Wasn't the first to discover North America by any means. Leif Erikson did that many years before, but we're going to celebrate today. Mm-hmm. The history that we learned in school was not exactly correct. Yeah, but we're going to roll with it. Okay. So I'm in front of my Alice painting, which look at this table. It just like click, 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 click. I got to fix it or get a new one. Yeah. Uh, so I had the most relaxing weekend. I am sorry that you did not see a lot of footage, but I took the weekend off. I really did. I relaxed, had a good time, enjoyed meeting everyone that was there. Oh my gosh, too numerous of people to name. So nice to meet everyone. And I just enjoyed the company, the companionship, the camaraderie, however you want to put it. One of those C words. Yeah. I got me a little craftably mug. I don't know if you can see it. Craftably. Mm-hmm. Diamonds. I will show you some of the stuff I got at the retreat. So we arrived on Thursday. Tia came on Wednesday. I picked her up at the airport here in Wichita. Oh, so good to see my girl. This is the second time we've been to the retreat together. She came. She spent the night. We had a fun night. We had dinner. We did some karaoke. She and my sister and I sitting in the living room singing, Dancing Queen. Yeah. I'm not singing today. And had a good time. Then the Thursday we drove to the retreat. I did a live from there. I'll put a link here or here. One of these little corners will have a link to the live that we did from the retreat. Most of you already seen it, or from our journey to the retreat, because it was quite boring. The first time I made that little trip was to pick up the kittens when I met Crashly. Same route, and the grass was green, and the pastures were filled with cows and horses and deer. None of that happened now. Tia's like, "Where's the cows?" I don't know. I mean, we saw a few, but not many. Then we got there about 4:30, and Crashly's like, "Where are you? I'm trying to save you a table." Because we each got I'm going to say, 5-foot table. So lots of social distancing as far as that goes. But so we each had plenty of room to do our crafting. There were these beautiful, it was great. The setup was great. The room was great. We had a big power strip. For every 4 people, there was a big power strip. So we had everything plugged in. I worked on the Hoosier Doggy painting. Let me show you my progress on that. Let's get it out. Okay. I was encouraging people to please do the yellow part. 14 bags of yellow. I will tell you, I only have 10 bags of yellow left. So we're doing good. So this is what I got done on the Hoosier Doggy painting. Yep. But all of this Hoosier Doggy lettering is in blue ABs. So I did all the yellow around it, and then all of that. Yes, I worked hard. I don't know when we'll get back to this, but we will. Because I just love it. Look at all those ABs. So pretty. That fit right nicely in my Craftably tube. I want a pink one of these. But they came out with some new releases yesterday. I am not an affiliate with Craftably. So I looked, some Jasmine Beckett Griffiths that are new. Some of the fairies. More big-eyed girls. Yeah, not going to purchase. If I purchased, I probably could get the pink tube. But, nah, I'm going to pass. this time. I'm passing. So I did take my journal, my planner. It's more of a journal for me. So I did not prepare for this week. Oh my gosh. This week it's going to be blank. This was last week. This is all retreat stuff. Yeah. Wow. So this week is sufficiently blank. Yeah, it's blank. I will spend a little time later jazzing it up, putting what I need to put in there. But for now, we can put in that. Holy moly! I have a pencil. That's good enough. So it's Columbus Day. Columbus Day. Still have to. My battery is low. Little pause in the video here as I realized I only had 2% battery left on my iPad. I should have put it on the charger when I got home yesterday. So we were in the journal, the planner, and I need to bling this out. I didn't. Whoops. I have YouTube on. Hold on. I'm actually listening to jury selection in the Markieth, what is his name? Markieth Loyd trial, which I plan to cover for you once the jury selection is done. We'll talk about that in a little while. Found a pin while I was letting the battery recharge. So we will finish filling this in. What year was that? What year was this day in history? 1992. 1992. Okay. We're going to go back to 1992 at the end. Okay. So I have to decorate this later. So note to self, decorate your planner. I have my work notebook out because I was doing a little work. I've already shown you my little Craftably mug. Second cup of coffee now. So, we were talking about the retreat. And one of the things we do at the retreat is we exchange a blessing box. This is what it is called. Each month, the organizers would tell us what kind of an item we would purchase to put in the box. And it would be wrapped. And then, they would say, number it. So, randomly during the retreat, they would say, okay, get out number 2 and unwrap number 2. And so we did. So one of the items was something regarding your state. So the box that I got, this was what was representing the person's state. And they made this great little storage box, and they put stuff about Texas all over the box, little stickers all over on the top about Texas. But this little storage container is fabulous. So I don't have one, and it was great for the traveling. So I put a bunch of stuff in here. I purchased a little pair of scissors while I was there. I put my pens in here. This was a little cover minder that came in our swag bag. This was, I don't know if you can see it. It says the Lone Star Retreat, Missouri 2021. Aw, so cute. Yeah, little cover minder there. The rest of the stuff was mine. This was given to me by Beth Minton. It's a little gnome. It's a little gnome cover minder. I purchased this little cover minder from Amanda. Isn't it cute? It's a little s'more. Is it upside down? No, it was fine. I purchased one more, but it's on my cross-stitch fabric. I'm using it as a needle minder. So that's what I put in the top part. And in the bottom part, DP with Sparklers was there. She had her whole store in the back of the room. So I purchased some more glue dots. She had a version of the glue dots. I bought these glue dots over a year ago, and I'm just now running out of them. So I purchased some more. I have the leftover drills from that painting that I'm working on. Who's your doggy? The trays that I brought to the retreat are in here. I brought these 2 trays, and to my surprise, one of the items in the blessing box, it was maker's choice. Like the person could put in whatever they wanted. Well, they put in more of these trays, and it's just random that she didn't know she was giving this box to me. We just got random boxes in the exchange, but I got 4 more of these trays, and this is I think it's more like a bronzy kind of, but they're the exact same trays, and you know I love them. They have the lid, so I got 4 more. So cool. And there's my charger I was looking for. There's the charger I was looking for. Okay, should have looked in the box. So I'm just going to put these in here, take my trays out that I've been using, put all this back, and now I got to clear a space over here for it. But I thought this was such a cute item, and it just snaps shut, and you can carry it right along with you. One of the items in the swag bag was this amazing cow mug with the udders. I just love it. We were going to have the ability to put through a Cricut our name on it, but Marissa forgot her mat, so I can do it. I have a Cricut, but I want to put Crafting Journey on here. Well, hello. She missed me. Yes, she did. Hello. Okay. Let's put this back. I got one more mug. Oh, hope it didn't break. This one is so cute. This was in the blessing box. We had to buy each other a mug. A donut. How adorable is that? Pink donut. Again, this person didn't know they were buying for me, but I got a pink donut. So I'm just going to leave it out of the box. Yep. Trash. Then Christy, Crafting with Christy, was giving away. She liked her socks, but I don't know. I traded with her. I had a pair of giraffe socks. She had these Animal Crossing socks. So we traded. Animal Crossing socks. Purple. Yeah, I love them. What else is in here? A cowbell, of course. Yeah, because it's the Lone Star Retreat. So we got a cowbell. Just what you always wanted. This is super cute. It's a little light thing that you can diamond paint. I don't know if you can see it. It's a little butterfly LED diamond painting. How cute. That's something to do in my spare time. Then, oh my gosh, look at these. This is so cute. Wait till you see. Look. Gnomes. Now, you know how much I love gnomes. So, like a Mr. and Mrs. Gnome. Look at that. Then, now some of these were trades. Like people, if they saw something they liked, someone else had, and they, we kind of just traded until we got what we wanted. Anyway. This was also a trade. More gnomes. Look, more gnomes. For the cats to knock over, right? Then, I don't even know where it came from. Another gnome. I got a bunch of gnomes. There's another little gnome. Is it a cover minder? No, it's just a little gnome. Now, he's got little feet there. She. I think it's a Christmas ornament. Oh, one more item. This was super cute. I will unwrap it. It is a cover minder. Look how adorable that is. There's a scarecrow here. This says, it's a little sign that says pumpkin patch, and then there's a little pumpkin there. So then they put the magnets on the back. How adorable is that? Okay, I don't need all of this stuff. I got plenty of trash. So that's the stuff that I wanted to show you now. Ooh, let's scoop all the gnomes up. Put them back in here. This was the actual basket that I got, so I can store more stuff in there. Then I learned how to dye fabric for my cross stitch. So I had taken my own piece of fabric. They gave us pieces of fabric, but I had brought my own piece of fabric because I have a larger cross stitch that I want to do on it. And I had some white Aida, so I thought, oh, I'm going to dye my own piece of fabric. So I wanted, one of the magazines has this picture of a couple of moose and these trees that go up the side, and the moose is in the middle, and the background is the Aurora Borealis. So I want to cross stitch that on this. And this I dyed myself. It doesn't really capture the color, but it's got greens and blues. I thought it was really cool. So that, it's on a 14 count, Aida. And then I was so impressed with it. I got up. I was always getting up super early, like 4 in the morning. I dyed myself another piece of fabric because I can't walk away without some pink, right? I don't know what I'm going to do on it, but I started out by dyeing it gray, and then I added in a couple of different pinks later on. But look how cool that is. Oh, yeah. Another 14 count. Yeah. So I learned to dye fabric. What else? That's it. That's it. Okay. That's all I'm going to show for now. There's more stuff, guys. Lots more stuff. I bought a couple of diamond. No, I won a diamond painting. We had door prizes. I won a door prize, a diamond painting. It's a cat. I'll show you tomorrow. And then I purchased a diamond painting from DP with Sparklers. I'll show you that tomorrow as well. And another diamond painting I got as a gift from a very special person. And that I'll show you tomorrow as well. So I came home with 4 diamond paintings, because the 4th diamond painting, I'll show all 4 diamond paintings tomorrow. The 4th diamond painting was the retreat diamond painting. Everybody got this huge diamond painting of these big marshmallow s'mores. You can see it in, I did some retreat footage on the show Friday. So you can see that painting in there because Brian was working on it. So Brian shows off the painting. So yesterday I was miserable on the way home, sneezing, runny nose. It was a change in the weather. We had a cold front come through, lots of storms. I got home just before the storms, but my nose is running. So I stopped, bought some Dayquil. Figured, it's Dayquil. I can, take Dayquil. But I was like really sleepy, so I got, I couldn't get in touch with many people, so I got in touch with my girlfriend in the UK, and she talked to me during my drive. Thank goodness. Yeah. I'm like, Trevor, go live so we can talk. He didn't go live till after I got home. Gosh darn it. And he said, why didn't you text me? I know. Anyway, God, I'd love to go live and just like answer all your questions. I will be live Wednesday. Craft with me Wednesday. I'm going to have a special guest, Crafts with Crashly. She and I are going to talk about the retreat. Maybe I'll get Tia to come on in too. 3 of us. And maybe Billy. We'll see. Tia, Billy, myself, I'll invite them. We'll see who shows up. Yeah. All right, let's talk about the show, Crafting and Crime. That you're here for the crime, right? You don't care what kind of swag I got at the retreat. Do you? Okay. So let's just backtrack a little bit. The trial that I covered, Stanley Ford. As you recall, Stanley Ford was convicted of murdering 9 people when he set fire to 2 different homes. There were 2 people in the first home. There were 7 people, including 5 children, in the second home. He was found not guilty on 3 counts. One was had to do with the companion animal, the dog that died in the fire. He was found not guilty of that. The other one had to do with the other not guilties were regarding a vehicle fire. And I believe the jury probably just didn't believe that there was really any strong evidence that he was the one that set this vehicle on fire. Nobody was injured, but so he found not guilty of that. But because he was found guilty of all this other stuff, including attempted murder of the third person that was in the first house that escaped the fire uninjured. So attempted murder there, 9 counts of murder. So the next phase of the trial was the death penalty phase. The jury had to hear mitigating factors in favor of life in prison versus the death penalty. So on Friday, I believe it was October 1st, they came back and they said that they were not going to impose the death penalty, that they would impose life in prison without the possibility of parole. So his official sentencing is not yet. A couple of the jurors did speak out, and they felt that pretty strongly that Stanley was not right in the head, that he had some mental health issues, and because of that they didn't feel right putting him to death. So he will serve the remainder of his life in prison, and he's 60-some years old. So we don't know how long that's going to be. But in any case, the sentencing will be at a later date, official sentencing. But he's getting life in prison. Then we have the Mennonite trial that I just completed on Friday. The closing arguments were Friday. Pretty much, the prosecution's strong case. The strongest evidence in their case was the cell phone records, the tower records, which when put together with the records of the phone of Mark Ghosh, the defendant, and the victim, the Mennonite girl, they matched up. You could see how he left the base and he traveled to where she was, her community. Then you see both phones traveling to a certain point. Then her phone drops off. Then you see his phone traveling to where the body was found. So the jury began deliberating on Friday and will, I suspect, did not deliberate during the weekend. They are not sequestered. They will continue those deliberations today. If the verdict comes out, I will try to go live with that verdict. I did post in a community post. As I usually do, I posted a community post where you can vote guilty, not guilty, or do you think this is a hung jury? Do you think the jury will not be able to decide? I don't know. The defense's arguments, their strongest argument is there's nothing that links their client forensically to the case. It couldn't find any DNA. Well, not in his car because he had it detailed and steam cleaned. So they didn't find anything on her body, no DNA under her nails that matched his, no DNA on her shoes. The hair that was found in his vehicle was not his, it wasn't hers. Nothing forensically matched could link the client to him, except those cell phone records, those gosh darn cell phone records. Anyway, so we'll hear what the jury has to say about that. Then the other trial, the one that I'm going to start covering now, is the Markieth Loyd trial. So let me just tell you a little bit about that. They are doing jury selection. I was watching it this morning. You heard a little bit pieces of that. That's not usually televised, but they're televising it. And this is a lengthy process because this is not only is this a murder case, it's a death penalty case. It is also an insanity case because his defense is I was insane. What happened was back in December of 2016, this man, he shot his pregnant girlfriend, and he has already gone through a trial. Markieth Loyd, He's already gone through a trial where he was convicted of murdering this ex-girlfriend who was pregnant at the time. So he's charged with both those murders, the unborn child, her. He got life in prison. The jury deliberated. He was facing the death penalty. In that case, they decided life in prison. So he's already serving life in prison. But following that murder, he fled. Now, originally, he wasn't even a suspect. Nobody thought he did it. They thought somebody else did it. But he's already been convicted of it. But he fled, and for 9 days, they were looking for this guy. So at 7:30 in the morning on January 7th, this woman is shopping in Walmart, and Markieth Loyd goes into Walmart dressed as a security guard. He's not a security guard there. He goes into Walmart. He's dressed as a security guard. Hello, what's going on? Say, just pay attention to me, Mom. I love you. So this woman sees him. So she goes out into the parking lot, and it's kind of a small town, this is outside of Orlando, Florida. So she goes out. She sees this police officer putting her groceries in the trunk of her car. It happened to be this police lieutenant, female police lieutenant. Duncan, I have my suitcase over here, and they're smelling all my clothes from the retreat. Anyway, so she tells this police officer, "Hey, I just saw this guy. He's wanted. He's in there. He's dressed like a security guard." So this woman, she gets her groceries. They're in the trunk. She goes into the Walmart. Now, all of this is on film. We're going to see a film. And apparently the film is, I haven't watched the film, but apparently the surveillance footage is pretty clear what happens. He's resisting. She tries to arrest him. He resists arrest. And he pulls a gun. And she pulls her gun. And she shoots him. No, other way around. She pulls her gun. He shoots her. Kills her. Her name was Deborah Clayton. Hi, honey. I don't know what all this attention-getting stuff is. Because I was gone for 3 days. I was gone. You can lay down right there. Yeah, why don't you lay down right there? Please? 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 Like, oh, just pet me, Mommy. Okay. So, he kills her. Then he flees again. He carjacks a car and flees the scene. And they surround him. Like another police officer actually dies. A motorcycle police officer, when a car or a van cuts in front of him, he dies during this chase. It was horrible. So they surround his home, and they eventually catch him. So now we know that he was convicted of the initial crime, was murdering the ex-girlfriend who was pregnant, and now he's on trial for the murder of Deborah Clayton, the lieutenant, the police officer who tried to arrest him in the Walmart. Again, he's facing the death penalty. So the reason the jury selection is so slow and takes so long is because they have to kind of ferret out the feelings of, how do you feel about the death penalty? Have you heard about this case? This is a case being tried in Orange County, Florida, which we know is Orlando. It was the same place where they tried that, what was her name? The one that was found innocent of killing her daughter. And she got, I'm going to sneeze. Anyway, same trial, same courthouse. Now, the interesting development in this case is that the Markieth Loyd filed a motion to represent himself, get rid of his attorneys, represent himself, which was granted. So he is now representing himself. But what the judge did was she asked the attorneys that were representing him to stay on the case as consultants. So they're doing the same job they would have done if they were defending him. So I don't know if that changed at some point where he decided not to represent himself and these guys are now representing him again, or if they're just assisting him. I'm not sure how this is going to work. Maybe he's going to do his own opening statement. I don't know. We'll see. It should be interesting. So we're on jury watch for a verdict in the Mark Ghosh Mennonite Trial. That's where we stand with crafting and crime. So if they're doing jury selection again tomorrow, I'll get you an interesting true crime story to tell you. How about that? Okay. This day in history. What happened? Oh, in 1992, we already established the year. This young woman, she's sitting in her house. She's watching television. It's like 7:30 at night. She's watching probably Wheel of Fortune. May I buy an A, Vanna? Um, so she's watching TV and she hears this huge noise outside her house. And she's in her parents' home. She lives with her parents. She goes outside and this she's a huge hole in her car, in the trunk of her car. Huge hole. And then they look in the ground and there's a hole in the ground. And what is in the ground is this football size rock that weighs 28 pounds. It's huge. And it's glowing. They determined they had this museum expert come out and he examined it and he said, yeah, this is a meteorite, a huge meteorite. They say that, like it happens about 100 times a year where these meteorites actually land. They don't burn up in the atmosphere entirely, and you'll see they look like shooting stars. You'll say, "Oh, there's a shooting star." That's a meteorite. This one, when people described it as green and glowing when it shot across the sky, and it hit her car, so she ended up selling her vehicle for $10,000, and it's now on display, and it travels. It's you can see it in this traveling exhibit. But the meteorite itself was also sold, so she made a little money off the deal. And the meteorite was broken up into pieces, and then the pieces were sold, and those are on exhibition in several different places as well. So, when you're watching Wheel of Fortune and you hear a loud noise, it could be a meteorite. Yes. All right, guys, that is the show for today. Yeah. I didn't do any crafting this morning. I didn't do any diamond painting. I don't even have a pen in my hand. What? I did so much diamond painting over the weekend. My gosh, I got very little sleep. I was so exhausted when I got home yesterday. People are like, "Did you get home safely?" I was so bad. I should have told you all, yes, I got home safely. Then the storms came, the tornado watches. I'm happy to say there were no tornadoes. We didn't have to go into the laundry room back here behind the orb door, as I call it. Some people tell me during my videos they could see orbs around this door. Anyway, back here in this room where the washer and dryer are is where we would have to go if there was a tornado. So we didn't have to do that. What did I do? I went in my room and I tried to watch a television show. I couldn't even. I couldn't. I took some NyQuil, not the Dayquil, the NyQuil, and fell asleep. Oh, I was playing my game. That military game that I play. Dawn of Titans, because my team was counting on me. Every week they count on us for a certain amount of points. So, and I told them I was on vacation, so I was kind of excused, but I still wanted to contribute to the team. Blah, blah, blah. You're like, I hear you talking, Rebecca. I'm just going to say goodbye. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow in Crafting and Crime. Take care. Bye.